Hello and welcome, it's Adam from betterproposals.io here, and we are back today with another installment of Proposal Breakdown. Now today we have a very standard quote for a website. It's a brochure website using WordPress. Doesn't get any more sort of standard issue than that. But this thing's an absolute travesty, so let's get on board with it and tear it to pieces, eh? So the company name has the word creative in it, and it is anything but creative. So what they've sent through is an email explaining that they've attached a PDF and thanking them for the opportunity and all that kind of great stuff. And then they've attached this thing, which is awful. So let's dive into it. So first things first is it's laid out like a quote. There's many bad things with this, but what it does do is it makes people think, judge the price. And that's not a good mindset for your customer or potential customer to be in. So don't lay it out like that. That's just not really a very good start. So next, what we're going to look at here is the description. Now, basically, this doesn't actually describe what the guy is actually going to get at the end of it. What it actually seems to be is a task list for a developer. It's just jargon after jargon after jargon after programming language after jargon. It's just, there's nothing English in it. It's terrible. So if you find yourself in a situation where you sell technical stuff and you find yourself writing jargon in your sales documents and you kind of know you probably shouldn't, here's a little trick on how to get it from jargon into sort of proper English. So write your jargon thing and then write which means that, then answer that question. So I'll give you an example here. So one of them is basic contact form integration. Not particularly good. So you'd say, which means that your customers can contact you quickly and easily through your website, registering interest so you can follow up and sell to them. You know, it just makes it English. It makes it understandable. You're not writing this for someone that understands techie stuff or they do it themselves. You're writing this for someone who definitely doesn't understand it. That's actually the reason you're doing this. So avoid jargon, it's awful. So next thing we're going to look at is the price. Now, I don't know how much this is. I'm not even completely convinced that the numbers even add up properly. But basically, there's a price for the website. There's another price per page, and then there's another table further down which has got details of the content that's going to be going into the website. I don't know why this is all separate. The thing with pricing is it cannot be confusing. It should never be confusing. The easiest thing to do is just have a number. Just add up however you're going to work out the price of, however you want to do that, but just give them a number. Just make it as easy as possible. Be that a monthly figure, be that a one-off figure or a combination of both. But whatever it is, the simpler you make your pricing, the better. Don't tell them about hourly rates. Don't tell them how you've arrived at that end figure. Just tell them what it is. If they ask and you have to explain it later on in the negotiation, fine. But don't do that initially. Just tell them what the figure is. Okay, so next what we've got is the sign-off. That's it. That's literally the proposal. Next, we've got the sign-off. Then underneath this, we've got cost estimate excludes. And then it's got a list of things that it doesn't include, but it says no animation has been included in this quote. But I understand what that means. They're saying they're not going to create any animation, any specific thing. And I think that's okay to make that point. But the way that they've done it just raises so many red flags. Like, this is just a list of things you can't have, but some of this doesn't make any sense. Like, one of these bits here says, we're not going to put the content in. But if I scroll up, like, not even a half a page, there's a whole section here on putting the content in. So it's just contradictory. And when you have stuff that's contradictory, it raises questions and it raises red flags. And the problem with that is you've sent this to your customer, your potential customer, and you're not there to answer these questions. They just have them. And what they're left with is this just gut feeling of like, ugh, like, I don't want to do this. This doesn't feel right. I don't feel like this makes any sense. So there's that. Then at the end here, there's payment schedule, which says that it's 50% upfront, 50% on completion. Fine, makes sense. Then there's just more weird wording, like timescale for development is approximately 10 to 20 working days. Cool, that's pretty quick. Why bury it right at the bottom here? This is a selling point. That's actually pretty fast. That should be sort of front and center, really. And it says from receipt of final go-ahead. What's that? Is that approval of this document? I don't know. And then it says this will be confirmed at commencement. Look, if you're not an idiot, you can kind of piece together roughly what they're getting at, but why make them work? You know? That you're making them work to figure out something that's really, if you just thought about it for 2 seconds, you could say it in a far simpler way. It's sort of just unnecessary, really. So that's this document here. But what I really want to get across here is trying to get you to understand that you know that you're going to do a good job. You know that you're going to do all these different things and you've got all this experience and everything else. But the poor person you're sending this to hasn't got a clue about any of that. It's a complete mystery. You're the only one that knows. So let's just run through this. There's no introduction. There's nothing in this that says anything about the goals of the project, what they really want, why they want it. There's none of that. There's nothing there. There's no proof. There's no... there's just nothing. I mean, there's nothing that shows you in any way that this person has even designed a website ever before. It's tragic. There's no testimonials. There's no screenshots of anything that they've ever done before. There's no case studies. There's just nothing here that shows you at all that this person has ever done a website. The next steps are just non-existent. You know, it's just, please give me a call if you have any questions. What's anyone supposed to do with that? It's just not, it's not good. So what you want to try and do is you want to have a definitive next step that's written like it's instructions on the side of a Fisher-Price toy box. Keep it that simple. Sign here, fill in your name here and press the button. Whatever it is, just keep it as simple as you possibly can. Yeah, this is an abomination. It's absolutely shocking. I hope that this has been helpful in breaking this thing down so you can kind of understand what not to do. But if what you're sending your potential customers looks like this, get rid of it. Go to our website, betterproposals.io, look at the top and see it says example templates or example proposals. Click on that and then just click on any of them and you'll get an idea of the information that you need to include and the structure of a very well laid out proposal. Now everything you'll look at there, by the way, has one money, so it's all stuff we used to use in our old agency. But yeah, go and crib that, use that to your heart's content and, you know, copy and paste it, do what you want with it. But whatever you do, just don't send stuff like this. And last point, get across the value that you're actually going to provide. Try and just think, if the roles were reversed and you were receiving this, would you be happy to hand over the amount of money that you're about to ask for? And if the answer in your gut is no, then you need to go back to work, go back to the drawing board and keep working and keep adding the value. And if you still can't get to the point, then you need to have a long, hard look at something because there's something not right there. But you have to be honest with yourself. And when you get to the point where you're like, yeah, this is good. I've laid everything out. Everything's all clear. And the amount of money I'm asking for is nothing in comparison to the value that I'm about to provide. When you get to that point, that's when you know you're good to send it off to your client. So I hope this has helped, and it's just giving you guys some ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to get your proposal reviewed, just send it to adam@betterproposals.io, and I'll get yours in the queue. So thanks for watching. Take care, guys. See you later.